Greetings. The following video, it's a 7-minute presentation that was made at the RSM 2018 New Jersey Annual Summit. It was the keynote address. It followed technical sessions, auditing, taxation, blockchain technology. It was made as a sample of a presentation by the speaker, me. Thank you very much. I need to introduce you to somebody first. You probably have some people in the room who've heard of Brene Brown. Anybody for Brene Brown? You may be the only person who has heard of Brene Brown, or you're the only person who is not eating and had a free hand so that you could signal that you've heard of Brene Brown. She's a vulnerability researcher. And a vulnerability, that's an exposure. It's not a weakness, it's an exposure. You're vulnerable when you undertake to do something. And she's really become interesting in terms of what vulnerability means with respect to people. I would like to suggest to you vulnerability is a key concept when we're talking about cyber risk. Why are we vulnerable? And the answer is, we're vulnerable because we show up. Those are her words. If you don't show up, you don't have vulnerability. I do with my MBA candidates very early in our capstone course. I take them to the question, would you climb Mount Everest? There's a lot of reasons why some people would or would not, but if you don't climb Mount Everest, there is no danger of you dying on Mount Everest. And I say that, I'm a professor, I'm credentialed, I know what I'm talking about. I am not, if you want to say to somebody, is that person going to die on Mount Everest? I will say, are they ever going to Mount Everest? If they say no, I'll tell you, no, they're not going to die on Mount Everest, because that's what we do in college. Instead of useful things, we tell you things that everybody kind of knows already. She also says vulnerability is courage, because if you are vulnerable, still you have to go into the arena, still you have to do things. And therefore it's not a weakness to be concerned and to have fear, that's logical, but to do something when you have it, that's the type of vulnerability that people need, and I think that's the type of vulnerability we need with respect to cyber risk. Because you saw this morning that this is here, this is not going anywhere, we now have to learn how to deal with it. Okay, in this context, think about the concept of threat actor. I want to make sure it's spelled out there because when I pronounce it, sometimes we don't even know what it means. This is a page on Wikipedia. There is a page called threat actor. That's a concept there. And then you think about cyber threat actors that we're really concerned about, and there's a whole list of them. Generally, they're trying to do some mischief, or they're causing problems, what have you on that. You could ask somebody to show off and tell us if they know what a script kiddie is. Oh ho ho! We have somebody who is awake. Yes, sir. Script kiddie.
I believe it's...
say it loud, say it loud.
It's a hacker who basically is just copy and pasting existing code to... They're not writing their own code.
Isn't it wonderful? You don't even have to know anything about it, and you can take and get other people in serious trouble. Are you one, sir, yourself, or not?
Script kiddie? No.
No. Who are you with?
Santander Bank.
Oh, it's possible. Listen, we don't want to rule out anything in our discussion. We want to keep an open mind about what we're dealing with here. Okay, and then I have this phrase. I made this up myself. The good. I'm having a senior moment. The good, the bad. And what is it?
The ugly.
The ugly. Okay. So you've seen this before? Sometimes people see, maybe it's entirely possible. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you take a look at this group of lists I have, and then we go in a different version, The good are white hat. Those are people who try to help. Sometimes they were the people who didn't try to help, and now they try to help. And then you have the bad, and that's this whole bunch of other people, including script kiddies who know nothing, and some of these people know a lot. A whole bunch of these people know an awful lot. All of them are covered from the previous slide in the good and the bad. Who are the ugly? And this needs, you need to give me a second on this one because I need to explain why. These are the ugly in the sense that we don't expect to have problems here. These are us. These are our partners. These are our friends. These are the people that are working in the right way. And it is ugly that they can cause us to have cyber risk problems, that we have to deal with cyber security with the people that we're trying to have work together and make the world work. And it gets a little tricky here because these people are not only external, some of them are, but they're also internal. And when you're managing internal and external, it complicates compared to simply if you're looking at hackers who come in from the outside. And then you have voluntary and involuntary. What you've got here is these people can do things that they don't intend to do that cause all sorts of exposures that produce the losses that occur from a cyber risk. And paying attention to that, we put these people on multi-million-dollar systems without the proper training, without the proper instructions, and without monitoring a lot of the things that they're doing. And that makes that kind of ugly too. It's not the people themselves, it's the possibility. We know we need to keep out the bad. Keeping out the bad, we discuss that all the time. And you can make a list of things. I think I have 9 things up here. Why do I only have 9 things up here?
That's all that fit on the slide?
Because what?
That's all that fit on the slide?
Exactly right. Now this man knows what he's talking about. I can't put more on the slide because it goes down off the bottom and then you can't read it, and then what you have to do is you have to try to scroll on the slide, and when you're doing a slide presentation and trying to scroll, I have enough trouble just standing here holding this thing. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Is your organization on the good side or the bad side?
The bad side.
Bad, okay.
Yeah.
All right. RSM is an equal opportunity. And I don't know, Isabel, do we, John probably would know. John, do you check felony records of the audience? No, I'm just asking. I'm not accusing anybody. I don't mean, I've seen 1 or 2, John, though I think about.
There is no blockchain yet.
Yeah, what?
There is no blockchain to check all our records.
Yeah, oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Okay, so, we know